Hi everyone. In this video we are going to review how to cross-list your courses. As a refresher, cross-listing means taking the periods that were automatically generated by Genesis, the courses that actually have the students in it, and pushing them into your master course or the course that has all of the content that you might have already uploaded. So here we are on the Canvas dashboard, and in the last couple of days you might have noticed that these new courses were created that have these very long names. These names are generated automatically by Genesis. These are pushed right into your Canvas course, and they contain the students that will be a part of your course throughout the year. It's important to use these courses because they will automatically update as students add or drop your class. Your roster will automatically update, and you won't have to do any additional steps to add or drop students. But these names and having 5 different courses or classes of the same course could prove really inefficient and troublesome. So that's why we want to kind of put them all in one place. So the first thing you're going to do is you're going to go into one of those courses and we're going to rename that course. So I'm going to go into this course. Now this course has absolutely nothing in it. All it has is, if you go to people, your students for that class. But now the question becomes, how do I know which period is which? Because when you just look at the title up here, it really doesn't indicate which period this is. So you're going to go down to settings. And when you go to settings, you're going to look for the SSID number. This number, once again, looks like a very long name, but this has how Genesis distinguishes all the different courses for all the different faculty members in the building. And what you're going to look for is actually the very last number right here, 8. 8 is indicative of the period that you have this class in the rotation schedule. If you wanted to double check, you could go to periods or people. You can look at your class roster, and then you can go and look at your class roster on here and see Jacob Burwitz. I have confirmed that it is period 8. Now, the one caveat of this is if you have a collaborative class, Genesis will have automatically created 2 sections for every collaborative period. One that contains the IEP students and one that contains the regular ed students. What I suggest is that you pick a very easy naming convention to distinguish between the periods. So how you would do this is, first you would go to settings. It's on the bottom of your left navigation toolbar in Canvas. And you're going to have to change the name in 3 places. The first right here is name. Now, I'm going to simply name this period 8. I'm teaching world history this year, and they are not collaborative courses. So it's just one single period that contains all of my students. But if I was teaching a collaborative course, I might choose to do period 8A to represent the regular ed kids, and period 8B to represent the IEP students. Now, the students don't see the name of this period. Once you push it into your master course, all they know is that they are in world history for Mr. McCabe. They won't see period 8A or period 8B. This is really for your own purposes when assigning assignments, and it actually comes in useful to bulk assign certain things to based on modifications. It allows you to differentiate assignments in a really easy way. But for my purposes, I'm going to just leave this as period 8. So that's the first place that I have to change it. I'm going to put the same title here right underneath where it says course code. Now, the reason why you have to name it in 3 different places is because certain features of Canvas draw on those names or those places for a variety of different purposes. So if you don't change it in all 3 places, you might end up trying to assign an assignment or discussion post or an announcement, and suddenly you don't have the very easy to remember period number, but you have the long Genesis name that is more difficult to distinguish between the courses. So after I've renamed it in those first 2 places, I'm going to click Update Course Details, the big red button at the bottom of the settings page. Now, the third section of where I'm going to change this is here at the top of the on the top of the Canvas screen in the navigation toolbar. You'll see just to the right of Course Details sections, and you're going to click on that. Then you are going to rename this section by clicking on the hyperlink. So where it says World History McCabe, I'm going to click on that. And I'm going to come to the right side, and where it has the little pencil in the Edit section, I'm going to click Edit Section. Now I'm going to use the very same naming convention I did for the first 2, Period 8. I'm going to click Update this section, and now I am ready to add this course to my master course. So Period 8, here it is, Period 8, great. So I'm going to go back to where I just renamed that final section. So I went to Sections, I had clicked on it, it was the Genesis coding before, but now it has successfully taken the Period 8 title. I'm going to click on that, and just below where it said Edit Section, where I edited the name, it's going to say Cross List this section. Cross listing means you are pushing that period with students into your master class or your master course, the one that contains all the content. So you're going to cross list this section, and then you're going to search for your course. Now, remember, in previous videos, I had stressed how important naming conventions are. And naming conventions when it comes to courses are also incredibly important. The reason being, Canvas archives your courses from year to year, so it is always important to put the date of your current course in there. It also helps when you're looking back in history to find previous courses or that you had created that might contain assignments or pages that you stopped using or deleted over time and that you want to bring back. Now, this is the first time I'm teaching world history in a number of years, so only one world history is showing up. World History 2021-2022. Now, if I had taught 5 or 6 or 7 courses of the same course in subsequent years, all those courses would pop up, which is one of the reasons why it's so important to understand or know which course it is by having a very clear naming convention. All right, so I'm going to click World History 2021-2022, and that's where I'm going to cross list this course. Click cross list, and now it has been successfully cross list. So if I wanted to double check, I go back here to dashboard, and that course that was right here previously has been pushed into my world history course here at the bottom. All right, I go into that course, I look for people, and here we have Jacob Burwitz, who is the first person in my Period 8 course. I would go back to Canvas and repeat those same steps for my Period 1 and my Period 4, which are also world history courses, in order to make sure that all 3 of my sections live inside my master course, World History 2021-2022. Now, if you've been with Highlands for a while, you will remember that there used to be some drawbacks to cross-listing your courses. All of those drawbacks cease to exist. You can assign to different periods based on the rotation schedule. You can provide different announcements for different periods and even the individual students. You can assign different periods discussions. There really is no drawback to cross-listing your courses. And going forward, when you create an assignment, a page, publish a link, or a PowerPoint, you will only have to do it once in order for all of your sections to gain access to that information.